My name's Tim Westergren. I'm the founder of Pandora. Pandora is a personalized radio service that allows listeners to create stations based on their favorite songs or artists and then kind of have a continuous stream of music that they love. And they can listen to that on computers, on smartphones, on connected devices, pretty much kind of wherever they are, anytime, anywhere. So I founded Pandora in the very beginning of 2000, and the original idea was something called the Music Genome Project, which was intended to be kind of an intelligent recommendation technology, and we licensed that out to portals and brick and mortar retailers, etc., and built this kind of big foundation of intellectual property. And it took us actually 5 years before we figured out that we ought to use that to build personalized radio. So we didn't become actually Pandora in name and product until the fall of '05. Launched that in November of '05, and it just took off like a rocket ship. I think that, you know, we're meeting this large unmet need, which is kind of an easy but highly personalized music listening experience full of discovery. So the Music Genome Project is a hand-built database. So we have a team of musicians that have been working on it for over a decade now. They come in every day, slap on a pair of headphones and start listening to music, and they score those songs one at a time along as many as 450 musical attributes per song. So it's essentially every little detail of melody and harmony and rhythm and form and instrumentation and vocal performance. It's kind of like musical DNA. So when they've completed an analysis, they have a whole big set of numbers that describes a song. And we then use that as kind of the connective tissue to connect one song to another and build out a playlist. So when you type a song or artist into Pandora, the songs that we select for you are based on kind of the underlying musicological information in that starting point. South by Southwest represents a bunch of things to us. Obviously, first and foremost, it's a lot of music and a lot of artists who are kind of working artists trying to kind of be heard. And that's really very, very core to Pandora's mission. You know, we have over 90,000 artists in our collection. 70% of them are independent. So it's really a place to surface and, you know, give exposure to, you know, new emerging talented acts, and there's a lot of them here. So that's one constituency. Of course, it's a hub of technology. You know, a lot of new technology, you know, launches here, gets sort of discovered here. So we love that kind of intersection. And then, you know, it's a fun place to come and be around music, be around other entrepreneurs, other digital music businesses. It's a real kind of melting pot for us. Pandora is a pretty rich advertising platform, and I'd say over the last few years what we've done is kind of gradually figured out how to pull together the many different platforms, so computers, smartphones, connected devices, and the many different advertising modes, so graphic, video, audio advertising, traditional radio advertising, how to pull that together, and then live events, local activation, to create sort of a complete solution for someone. And we're finding in the last 2 years, as Pandora has begun to reach real scale, because we're a large service now with a big audience, and it's growing fast. We've seen brands now look at Pandora much more strategically and I think utilize all of those components in I think a really holistic way where one piece amplifies another, and it's been very successful. And people repeat with us on a pretty high level. The magic in this industry is going to happen when you figure out a way to take that long tail, or kind of the middle of the tail maybe, the working artist, and on a large scale basis, so addressing many of them, surface them to a huge audience. So when your product has scale and you have a technology that can actually pull that stuff out, which is what the Music Genome Project does for us, put those two together, and I think, you know, it's a nuclear reaction, and you're going to create a musician's middle class kind of like that. So that's where my excitement is right now.